So what I want to do is I want to calculate the up and downside of Bitcoin. And I think this is really interesting. And so I want to do this, and I want to give you an idea of what this looks like and what this is going to mean for you. Awesome. So at the very moment, the Bitcoin price is at a record-breaking 1,300 US, right? So it's a big question. Hey, holy crap, the price is so high. Should I invest into Bitcoin? Well, it has been increasing. It's been almost tripling over the last year. So let's look what this means. At the moment, we have around 16.2 million Bitcoin, which means we have a market cap of around 21 billion. Now, this is an average, please don't kick me on numbers. I'm really going to give you some rough averages. So here's the big question. Should you invest into Bitcoin at this very stage? Now, here are some really interesting things. On March 13th, okay, many people think it's the 11th, but it's the 13th, the SEC has to decide on whether they're going to accept the Winklevoss ETF, yes or no. It's called coin. Now, you don't need to understand anything about Bitcoin here. It doesn't really matter on if you understand what Bitcoin is, how it works. It's really irrelevant. Here, it's really about using it and seeing it as an investment vehicle. Now, here's the thing. This ETF is going to eat 300 million US dollars of Bitcoin. Now, you can look this all up yourself, but I'm just going to give you the numbers. To put this into perspective, the daily trading volume of Bitcoin is 200 million US per day. Imagine this. So this is the single volume of the ETF is going to eat up days of trading volume. Now, if the price had to be stable, it would have to eat up all the existing new Bitcoins. So new Bitcoins, we have 1,800 per day, which means this is around a value of 2.2 million US per day. So it would take 150 days to eat up, or 140 days to eat up the new volume just from this without the price moving. So this is going to be not, seriously, I don't think this is going to be possible. What's going to happen is that this volume is going to eat up the daily trading volume. So I think the upside of the price, now this is my personal opinion, the upside of the price is going to be easily a 200 to 300% upside. Okay, 200 to 300%. So that means I could easily see the price go from 1,300 US to, I don't know, 4 to 5,000 US. That's totally possible. There's even people who estimate 10,000. Now, I don't think 10,000. I think this is really more likely. If that doesn't make any sense so far, if you're getting lost, hey, drop me a message and I'm just going to walk you through there. So just post me, send me a comment, and I'm happy to answer anything. Okay. Now, what's going to be the odds of this happening? Well, if you believe the market makers, there's a 40% odd that this is going to happen. 40%. So 40% approval. Because the SEC has to decide whether they're going to accept that or not. And that's going to happen by March 13th. Now, let's talk about the downside, okay? We talked about the upside. Let's talk about downside. Downside. The market can drop. It's unrealistic to drop that far, but it could go down to 800 US. That's around a third drop of the price. The odds for this to happen, I don't think they are 60%. I don't. I think they're a lot less, but let's work it out just for the sake of it to cut it down to 60%. So 60% odds of dropping. Okay, 40% approval, 60% dropping, downside $800. So let's calculate some basic risk reward, how you would be doing in the investment. How this works is this way. You look at the potential upside, multiply it with the odds, and subtract the downsides. So we would have 4/10, 40%, times, how high is the upside? Let's use the 300%. 300%, equaling 75, not 75, 120%. How do I do this? 300 divided by 10 is 30, times 4 is 120. And now from this, we have to subtract 6/10 times Hope you can see this. 33% downside. And you can do the math here. This is around 20%. So if we subtract that, we get 100% return. Now, what does this number here mean? It means in pure statistics, so it's pure investing statistics. If we could play this game over and over again, so we don't play it only once, we get to play it a lot of times. If we would be able to do this, so we would play it over and over and over again, we would almost be guaranteed to double our money. This sounds insane, right? Because it's almost a guarantee. Here's the big caveats. First of all, there are chances that it doesn't get approved. And right now, it looks more likely that it doesn't get approved. But the odds are really insane overall. So even though Bitcoin is at such a high level already, there's a reason why it's there, because the calculation I'm doing here is a calculation that many people understand and many people are actually doing for themselves. So that's why a lot of smart money is going into Bitcoins in advance of March, probably 11th, so within the next week, because they kind of pre-position themselves, because they kind of understand already where the market is heading. In case the ETF does not get approved, well, not a big deal. First of all, there's more ETFs in the line, so if not now, then maybe a bit later. And also, it's probably not going to tank all the way down, and even if it does, it's going to come back up. So my personal suggestion, at the moment, Bitcoin I think is a very good investment, especially for the next couple of months, so not super long term, quite short term. Really good upside. In theory, you could double or triple your money. Please be aware. This is not investment advice, so I'm just going to give you some calculation and math. And if you could play this game over and over again, you would make 100% return. So it's very good. If you want to find out more and you want to know how to get into Bitcoin, how to use that, how to use legit platforms without going into the scams and without falling for these shitty things, I'm doing a webinar on Sunday. It's going to go for around an hour, and I'm going to really walk you through what are Bitcoin, how to use it, how to put your money into it, how to benefit from it. We're going to use that same calculation again and go through it slower. I'm going to post the link below. I'm going to go in there. If you want to join, it's in English. Do so, would be great. If you don't have time during that specific time, you could still sign up, and I'm going to send you the recording. So, hope you get value at this. If you do, give me a thumbs up, share it. That would be really good. And I hope I see you on Sunday